Over the last couple of months, Datsun has not only been the most successful Japanese manufacturer over here, but in addition, she's also managed to beat all the continental importers. In fact, it's predicted that by the end of the year, only Renault will have been able to stay ahead. 5 out of their 6 cars on show are new to Earls Court.
And these two are likely to be about the most popular. This is the latest 120 Sunny, really a restyling job cloaking an utterly conventional front-engined rear-wheel drive setup. 1171cc, 2- or 4-door saloon, coupe or estate. And this, although it's been sold in Japan for some time, is their 140 Violet, really a scaled-down 180B, which you've most probably seen around. It plugs a gap in their range with its 1428cc engine, but only available in this 4-door version.
In Japan, Toyota are the #1 manufacturers. Indeed, they're now the 3rd largest in the world. So far here, they're still behind Datsun, although they have risen to hold 7th place overall on the importers chart.
Their main news centres upon this automatic version of the Mark II Corona 2-litre. Again, straightforward stuff, but a complete specification, of course, with the radio and even an electric aerial thrown in. And then the aircraft carrier of the fleet, the Crown, which has had a facelift at the front and back. This is the custom estate, all 2.6 litres of it, with everything that shuts, opens and blinks on and off as standard, which includes, on this estate, automatic transmission.
Meanwhile, Mazda are still really the only volume car manufacturer to be actually opting in mass production terms for the rotary engine.
It's their first British show for the new RX-4 saloon and coupe, and because some 500,000 rotary-powered cars have come off their Hiroshima lines, they've also produced a limited run of their older and cheaper Celebration RX-3. Indeed, to tempt, they've included a load of goodies from in-car entertainment gear to a boot-lid spoiler, all in the price of the standard car.
Perhaps, though, their most relevant message is their claim that they can now fully comply with their version of the rotary engine with both the European and American emission controls, which become mandatory for all within 2 years.
Quite a Japanese showing there, and judging by the number we see on the roads, more and more people are turning to the Japanese for their transport. What is the secret of their success in this country? Well, with me is James Enser, who is motor industry correspondent for the Financial Times and therefore an expert, I would say, on motor industry throughout the world. James, why have they been so successful here?
The biggest single factor this year has been that they've had cars in the showroom when everybody else hasn't. There are a lot of people who want a car and they want it now, not in 6 months' time. And some of those people have bought Japanese.
Because there's nothing particularly exciting or unusual mechanically, is there?
No, I think part of the secret of their success is that they build a very simple car, which is very easy to put together, very cheap to build. They have relatively cheap labour, although not the cheapest in the world. And they're able to turn out a car that satisfies 50% or 80% of the market for a very low price.
Are they supported by the government at all?
No, not directly by the government. They do have certain advantages that the banks finance them very heavily. They can raise money in Japan much more easily than British Leyland can, say, in Britain.
What about the rotary engine? Was that a seller for them?
This hasn't been a seller in Britain. It's been a great success in America, where young people with a lot of money buy the rotary. It really is a gimmick. They think it's something to tell their friends. I think the Japanese thought this would happen in Britain too. It hasn't. It's been something of a flop, and rather a disappointment.
I take it advertising must play its part, mustn't it?
Well, it obviously plays a part. People only hear about the cars from advertising, but in fact the Japanese haven't advertised that
They have
much more
gone for television,
heavily.
of course, haven't they?
Toyota particularly has used television, and this may well have been a factor in getting their message across, because the industry as a whole doesn't use television very much.
What's the future going to see? Are they going to go on swamping the market like they have with motorcycles?
No, I don't think the comparison with motorcycles is at all a realistic one. The motorcycle industry in Japan is the strongest in the world. This isn't true of the car industry, and they're up against much tougher competition in Europe. You can see already in certain markets in Europe they've passed their peak and started to drop back. In Switzerland, for example, where Toyota went right to the top of the market, they've dropped out of the top 10 this year. And in Finland the same thing's happening. It appears that if they push too many cars into the market, the second-hand prices fall, and that affects their whole marketing operation.
The second-hand market, of course, that could be the death of it, couldn't it?
Well, there's a great danger if you push out too many cars in 1 year, and then when people come to trade those in, they find they don't get such a good price for them, and they won't buy another one.
James Enser, thank you very much indeed.